not attempt to adjust your dial. I'm transmitting live with the hardcore style. Fresh new kicks in the all-star glow. I'm up in the mix, this Paul, large pro. Straight out the gate with the fabulous track. And my devastating rhymes get the platinum plaque. For the underground world, every street and borough. Even out of state, large here to reach new levels. No doubt, came from out the dungeons of rap. Making use of the brain that was under the cap. Used to dig them games that was from Iraq. Was out on vacation, but now I'm back. With the stick, drive and dive. Gotta be live, breathe life in the speaker and try to revive this game. Cats is laying under the fort. I'ma always reign cause I'm from New York and I'm radioactive. 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 I don't sleep, wink or nod. Matter of fact, I'll be up going hard.
I just wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit, give you some tips on when you're weighting the Yough, what I like to use in the Yough, what I've been told to use in the Yough. So we'll break this all down today, and this is mostly going to be a tip video, a help your fellow angler video. And if you got, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there is some smallmouth fry right here in front of me. And or some rock bass fry, walleye fry, minnow fry, some type of fry. I can't really tell right now. They're too dang small.
Fun, you now. Radioactive.
What pound test are we using today? Well, we are using 8 to 10 pound test. I actually have 8 on right now. I got a little 1/8 ounce ball head jig head. If you guys have not seen that before, looks something like this. It's a ball head jig head. You can get them at Walmart, Joe's Tackle Unlimited, anywhere that sells fish and stuff. They will have these. These are jig heads, and they're painted, non-painted. I prefer either or. It really doesn't matter. If the fish is hungry, he's gonna eat it. It doesn't matter. Now, if you get into a pressured body of water or a pressured stretch like this, the more natural colored, this one's been beat up so much already, but the painted, more natural looking with the eyes will get you more bites. So let's make sure that we're recording, and we are. Hopefully you guys are seeing me while I'm talking to you. So rain's finally stopped. Take this off. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to change up and use something a little bit different, a little bit bigger, something with a little bit more flash. And what this is a KVD Perfect Shiner. 3.5 to 4 inch. Now, bass and walleye, mostly bass, like to eat head first. So if you don't know how to set this up either, so you're gonna get your paddle tail or you're gonna get your soft plastic that you're gonna use on this jig head. You're gonna take your ball head and you're gonna turn it upside down to where the J is pointing down, right? See this little flat spot on the top of this lures back? See how the paddle's on the bottom? You're gonna put the tip in, pinch the head, feed it through. Don't let it come through the body just yet, and come back up. That J, that hook's gonna sit perfectly in that hook. And this is one of my favorite, this is actually my favorite smallmouth lure. This will catch fish 99.9% time of the year, except for the winter. So this is a point. And what I mean by a point is, you got this fast riffle coming in here, right? Points out, this little bank points out, and then it comes back in. And what it's doing is, it's creating a pull eddy for those fish that are not wanting to waste energy. Smallmouth will like slower moving water sometimes, and sometimes you'll find them in the fast moving water. But at this time of the year, the fish are all spawned out or spawning, and these fish will be sitting in the slower moving water, especially when you're fishing the Yough. Look for boulders such as like this in the water. Look for structure, anything that the current will break, that there'll be a current break. Any current break, look for something along those lines. Drop-offs, fast moving water into slow moving water. Right in between there, you'll find your trout, your smallmouth, your walleye, muskie. There's a lot of those in this river. Mark Pavlak, if you guys don't know who that guy is, you should. One Hand Productions, the Messiah. The dude just mollywhacks the muskie out here. So if you guys are looking for a river to fish, float, and try something new for muskie, it's this river. I mean, they're in here. I have a feeling the state record's in here. All right, guys. So before the end of this video is done, I want to show you my favorite, like 4 to 5 lures to use on the Yough. And number one, I like to use this during the fall and early spring, and that is a Fluke, bright pink or all white. And reason being, I always catch a lot of fish on the pre-spawn. Acts as a dying minnow. It acts as some type of bait that could be thrown and sunk, and on that drop, that's when they hit it. Or I'll work it on top. There's so many different ways you could work a Fluke, it's unbelievable. Number 2 is a square bill crankbait. This is a 2.0 or 2.5, but I like the 1.0s or the 1.5s, especially during the little chillier months when they're just really in the mood to hit something. You guys should know this one if you guys watch my videos, and it doesn't matter when, where, how. This is my go-to bait, and it's a paddle tail. Straight King. These are the perfect shad, perfect swimmers, swimming shiner, perfect plastics made by KVD. You get those at Joe's Tackle Unlimited. That's where I got these ones. And for the top, I like my poppers. I don't have a popper on me. And last but not least, just a simple grub. Can't go wrong with a grub technique. Throw it out, let it hit the bottom, bounce a few times. Walleye, smallmouth, drum, catfish, anything, trout, they'll all hit that. So, but yeah, guys, keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate everything. If you're fishing the Yough and you're going to use live bait, I highly suggest shiners and night crawlers. Shiners, you'll get that real big flash, and everything eats a shiner. I mean, everything. Night crawlers, I mean, you can't go wrong with just throwing a nice little night crawler out there and let it drift down in the current, letting it sit there. So you can't go wrong with a night crawler either. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Go to your nearest Walmart, pick up a 7-foot medium rod, ugly stick, I would highly prefer. Now you're going to look for line, and it will say pound test. I want you to get 8-pound test. Actually, yeah, go with 8-pound test, 8 or 10. It just depends, whatever you think that, well, if you're just starting out, you're not really going to know. If you're in heavier cover and you're in heavier current and all that stuff, and you're around bigger fish, go with 10-pound. Make sure your drag's set. And if, I mean, I've caught snagged and caught big sheephead and all that, and hooked into carp, and 6-pound test, just have to set your drag. But until you get getting used to your reel and all that stuff, then you'll figure out the drag system later. We'll go with that in a later video. 8-pound test. Find some split shots. This is what a split shot is. Okay. There's snell hooks. Buy some snell hooks, split shots, snell hooks, and a swivel, and some swivels, and put all that together. Throw it out. You guys will have some luck. Go to your nearest pond. Pick up some bobbers. Pick up some night crawlers, and some hooks. Throw that night crawler underneath the bobber. Catch bluegill. Learn how to make your casts. Learn how to when you're getting a bite. Then start moving on. Right behind me is Pigeon Creek, and I grew up fishing here every summer and learning how the fish are reacting to my baits, when to throw the baits, when they start to push in the spawn, when they push out, when the females push out after the spawn. All of that, like you'll get used to it, and if you're really looking to capitalize on your bites every year, make sure you mark down on a calendar on that day that you went fishing and what you caught that day. It will cycle through, and you'll notice a pattern every year as to when that all will start to happen. So hopefully this video gave you guys a little bit of help. I'm sorry, I haven't shown you guys really some fish and all that lately, but you guys eventually will understand why I'm not showing everything at a certain date. We got some spot burners. We got some people have an issue with me showing some spots. It's ridiculous. Look, we're all in this to catch fish. It doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter when. If you're going out to fish, you should enjoy yourself, not worry about others. Now, someone comes up, stands right next to you and starts fishing, that's a problem. Or like I had an issue like maybe 2 months ago where some dude picked up my rod and moved it so he can set his rods there. Don't let that happen, but keep your space, keep your distance. If someone's fishing at a spot that you wanted to fish there, the best thing for you to do is go up to that person and ask them, hey, is it alright if I fish here? If they feel as if that they don't want to, then respect that angler, and hopefully other people will do that also for you. There's a lot of courtesy missing in this game and in this sport, and I think it needs to be addressed. So, but yeah, we're gonna go live sometime this weekend. Stay tuned, and yeah, thanks guys for all your support, likes and shares and everything that's been going on lately. I didn't do much fishing this week, but we'll get back on it and we'll get you guys some more content. But I figured that you guys might want some tips for the Yough. You can use the same lures in the Yough as you can in the Mon. You just got to find the fish. That's the thing about the Mon is that sometimes you'll go days without catching anything. So the Yough, you have a very good chance of catching fish. But make sure to like and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.